What's going on, y'all? So we're talking about a place called the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center. It's located in Wingdale, New York. So the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center started operating in the year of 1924, and in the year of 1924, it held about 32 patients when it first opened. Um, so over time, uh, the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center treated over 5,000 patients as time went along. It got up to over 5,000 patients. That's a nice bit of amount of patients. So the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center was a noticeable site for experimental treatment like insulin shock therapy, electroshock therapy included frontal lobotomite. So, once again, this is another pediatric center that was, once again, they were hiding it. It was based, their thing was if you got sent here, this is exactly what was happening. So everybody knew it. It wasn't being hidden. It's wild. So the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center eventually ended up becoming overcrowded. And, there was people sleeping on the floor. There was no rooms. There was no beds. At certain times, there would be, six people put in one room. They're sharing one room. It's a couple beds in there. Everyone else is sleeping on the floor. So you making a cot or something. So it was also a place known for, certain parts of the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center. Depending on where they put you, certain places in there, it was dark, it was cold, the vibe, you could just tell the vibe was probably most definitely off, dark, cold, just somewhere you really don't want to be. So the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center is what they were known for. So the building is, the campus is haunted for sure. So they ran over a 70-year period of time. The pediatric center was running. It was up and going for 70 years. That's a very long time to be running. The Harlem Valley Pediatric Center sat on about 957 acres. The entire campus was about 957 acres. The campus held over 80 building structures, which is a substantial amount. 80 buildings. The Harlem Valley Pediatric Center operated as its own self-contained town with buildings like they had a chapel, they had their own bakery, they had their own power plant, their own laundry house, they had their own firehouse, and a movie theater, including a bowling alley. They had their own world. They had their own thing going on. Well, 80 buildings, 957 acres of land. Yeah, you can have all that for sure. So anyway, the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center, guys, was eventually closed the year of 1994. It wasn't closed. It wasn't closed because of like funding and stuff. So it was pretty much, the Harlem Valley Pediatric Center was closed in 1994 due to the changes in the pediatric care policy. So yeah, guys, that's it for this one. I thank you guys for listening. My name is Chris. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. And we got more on the way, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Peace.